Hello and welcome back, everybody. You're tuned in to the Euroleague broadcasting live from Helsinki, Finland, and we're about to start the next match between Polisen and Malmo Triton. So that's Stockholm team against Malmo team. It's an all-Swedish contest, and these two teams have played together in the Euroleague a total of 9 times. Both teams have 4 wins and 4 losses and 1 draw. So they're exactly even right now in their competition. And the profile of the teams overall in the league, taking Polisen first, they have played in 42 games and they have won 8 matches. They have 8 draws and 26 losses. They have scored 65 goals and they have surrendered 160 goals, giving them a differential of minus 105. On the other side, Malmo Triton, they have played in 50 Euroleague games, including yesterday's. They have 22 wins and they have 5 draws. They have lost 23 matches. In the course of the 6 seasons, they have put 145 goals into the basket and they have surrendered 143. So they have a positive differential of 2 goals, which is small, but still. And I'm going to step aside now and the players are going to enter the swimming pool.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, are you ready?
Hello and welcome back. You're tuned into the Euroleague and we are about to start the next match between Malmo Triton and Polisen. Please allow me to introduce to you the starting lineup. In blue for Malmo Triton, wearing number 4, Andreas Bergenholtz. Number 8, Ulf Rydell. I gotta mixed up here. Sorry. Oh yes, we always go blue first. So let me start over there. For Polisen, wearing number 1, Petter Aronsson. That feels better now, doesn't it? Okay, number 4, Marcus Vorman. Number 6, Andreas Höglund. Number 7, Hans Jonsson. Number 8, Niklas Nylén. Number 11, Andreas Tell. Number 12, Christopher Widerståhl. Number 14, Maciej Lesniewski. Number 15, Jakob Thun. Number 16, Ivo Lundin Hatje. Number 24, Matthias Dahl. And number 30, Martin Hempel. In reserve, number 3, Robin van Tricht. Number 18, Jari Wikström Jatu. And number 51, Jari Rajanen. On the other side of the pool, wearing white, number 4, Andreas Bergenholtz. Number 8, Ulf Riedel. Number 11, Simon Jobs. Number 12, Emmanuel Johansson. Number 13, Stefan Poltrugac. Number 14, Jürgen Persson. Number 15, Matthias Levin Persson. Number 19, Thomas Schenkely. Number 58, Sebastian Brandström. Number 83, Gustav Kavalin. Number 88, Joachim Nilsson. Number 97, Edvin Mortensen. And in reserve, number 1, Carl Falk. Number 29, Patrick Sonnet Nielsen. And number 81, Christopher Suarez. Referee match are Janne Lindell. In water, Manuel Tito de Moras and Kaiser Lindman. Let's see. This should be a good match, and because I'm living in Sweden and playing, I know the teams quite well, just like you know the teams in Finland,
right.
And the rivalry that they have, because they are playing for the national championship every year.
So these are the two big clubs.
They're two big clubs,
right?
And I thought for a long time that Triton was dominant, and Polisen had a lot of trouble in the Euroleague. They were one of the teams that was at the bottom of the table all the time.
Right.
And Triton was sort of in the middle, and still, these guys are thinking about how they can improve their teams, how they can perform better. So it's difficult to say what's going to happen in this match, but I think it'll be close.
Right. Looking just physics of these two teams, they're big boys on both sides. They look pretty much the same, really, looking at these players.
Tall Swedish guys.
Tall Swedish guys. one has to respect that. I think he has some Viking origin in this shouting thing.
I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
If we talk about in American sports, people always talk about 6 feet. 6 feet is a sort of what is it in
180.
180. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about guys who are well over 6 feet.
Right.
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
big.
Yeah, long arms. It helps in underwater rugby. Well, if I think of Finnish top players, of course we have Juho Aalto, who has extremely long arms.
He's a big
it's
guy.
Certainly an advantage for him. But then again, we have Jim Hornbach, who is one of the best players. He's not that tall, but he's the energy pack, so to say. That he really fast moving, fast turning way of moving in the water, diving. So again, this is a game where different physical characters can come together.
Yes.
And you can play with your own strength, and you can use that for your team also in a way.
I know guys who are very big. They're
Yeah.
decent players, but
Yeah.
they're not excellent.
Right.
They lack the ambition. So, all right, the game has started. They get to the ball about the same time, and Polisen on the bottom.
How many times these teams play together in
A
the
lot.
Swedish?
Oh, they
league?
probably play. They play in the national championship, and probably it's not certain, because the Swedish division is negotiated every year with the trouble as the decline in the number of clubs.
Right.
So,
right.
For example, my club, they're trying to put together a team from 3 different clubs.
Okay.
It's not good, but
Right.
all right. All the way over to the other side of the pool.
A few times a year they can compete each
Yes.
other. Right.
They will set up something but Triton plays a lot in Denmark.
Right. So they have a advantage. The bridge.
Yeah.
Excellent.
punched out.
Excellent. Move. And then looking backwards, excellent. And there was the defender ready to go immediately when he saw. Great move. And still they are able to take it all the way. And now the.
So the question is, why would a player have the ball punched out like that? What would be your explanation?
So you mean why?
Yes.
It was just. It came as a surprise, perfect surprise.
That's right. And
Yeah,
why was that? Do you think?
How do you mean? Like what?
Well, I would say that the reason is that in his mind, the calculation that he had enough time to do be like that, but he didn't have it.
Right.
So it's a matter of the level having gone
And
up.
he hardly got the ball, and immediately was punched
Exactly.
away. So that is how you. That was I was trying. Well, we talked about it in the Egersund game, that there has to be this surprise from tackling the ball. If you just drag and like this now, the blue guy is still in control. Well, they lost it now, but if you just hold an arm and hold the back, and you give the opportunity to the opponent to control it. But if you do it as a surprise tackle, then it's typically much more effective. So again, this is a game of good timings, and if you time your tackle right, you can make this surprise, and you can get the ball to your team.
So there's not as much time. This is an experience that every club player would have. If you go and play against an elite team, suddenly everything is happening very quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
you don't have as much time as you thought. But you will adjust, otherwise you will lose the ball again and again until you make that adjustment.
So now it seems that Polisen is trying to make it in the safe corner and thinking. Now he goes alone. There is one teammate coming on this side.
So there was no chasing here.
Not much, at least. Not very aggressive. So it seems that Triton is really giving Polisen opportunity to team up, but then again, when they come closer,
they come in.
Look at this, the change from Egersund game. Well, now one guy is going chasing further away, and immediately he gets help.
Number 15 came along the bottom
Yes,
out, and he got the ball and passed
and it's
it down.
so important that
Yeah.
you don't go alone.
No.
If you choose to chase it from that side, then you must have some help. And that was a good chance, actually. Great chance. This is gonna be a tough game.
This is a wake-up call for Polisen that they have to.
Now he needs help. He gets some help. Yes, he was able to control the ball. And here we go again to another side.
And they have an empty basket there, so it's a good chance.
Whoa,
for a goal.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Excellent. It was a sort of a counter-attack, not extremely fast counter-attack, but still fast enough for Triton not to be able to gear up with
Where
their
was the
defense.
goalie? The goalie was missing.
Yeah. Maybe they made a changed mistake. But it was a counter-attack one after another. So
14. That was scored by Mashi Lesnevsky.
yes. 1-0, and we are. That was 4 minutes. The clock had run for 4 minutes, and we got the first goal. But now this is interesting because Triton is now behind by one goal. Of course, there's lots of time still, but they just need to keep their own game in shape.
Oh, it was Ivo Lundin Hatje, 16, scored. This is also a good ball handling. There's very advanced top players. They can pass the ball
Look
to
at that!
themselves.
Look at that! Where was the defender now?
Oh.
And it's another goal.
Oh,
Now, wow!
this is surprising.
I wonder where was the defense here. Totally missing.
We didn't expect this to,
Well,
to be like
definitely
this.
not.
No.
We are now 5 minutes gone. 2 goals for Polisen. I think white team Malmo is taking a timeout. They need to gear up again. Something, twice now they have had some difficulties in their own end.
Matthias Dahl, he's also quite tall, big guy, plays back. And he came to one of our practices, and he has very good bottom time. Every time he ends his dive as the back, he comes out to make to put pressure on the other team.
Right.
Very routinely every time. So
One thing that I miss a lot would, I know that there's all types of electronics nowadays and these divers watches, but what would be extremely interesting if we could know the time that a player has been in the pool and the share of the time he was underwater. That would be extremely interesting.
where
piece
would
of
they wear this
information.
watch? In the cup?
Well, they could, wear the watch, or there could be some sort of, massing, vision, looking at the player somehow. I don't know about the technology, but that would be such an interesting piece of information.
There is a company in Finland, Sumco,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and
they
they make these dive watches, but they put their money into free diving.
yeah.
And then when they had an
Yeah.
accident with the death of free divers, they said, "Oh, we don't want to do this anymore." And now they're back again. But we do need this kind of technology. And I wondered myself, where could they wear it? They could wear it in their cup. I don't know where you can't wear it on the wrist.
Yeah, but if you only would develop an electronics for just measuring the depth, I think it could be just a small piece of electronics. These divers watches are typically really
You want a
large.
chip implant into the body.
Yeah, maybe implanted in the body. Yes.
Yeah.
But that will be. I think even these teams, some of the players could have big differences
Yes,
in the share of the time they are
absolutely.
playing that they are diving.
I thought about that also before. What would look like a chart,
Yeah.
and to the bottom times for the coaches, it would be very valuable
It
because
would.
they would be able to say, okay, here's a player who's important to me, but now
Right.
he could no longer stay down. What
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
And to go back and look at the game and say, okay, he got burnt out at some
Yeah,
point. For
yeah.
what reason it would be, and also you would know about physical fitness, like training over a season. It would be impossible to hide the conditioning of the players.
Yeah. I have some friends that, our club, there are some people that do this harpoon fishing. and they actually have these. They wear the watches, and they can
They
see
know
that
the dive
they
completely,
did 200 dives or whatsoever. And they bent 80 minutes underwater.
And how
but
deep?
How deep also.
It matters also here how deep you go.
Surely it does. But what the single piece of information that from all the time you play, you are in the pool, how much of that time you are on the surface, that would be such a valuable information, such interesting information, because I've noticed my own team also that some of the guys want to spend, sometimes, too much time on the surface, and it would be, just, to showcase the evidence that how should they develop. And also if you're diving too much, well, I don't know if that's possible. The only thing, of course, is that you spend too much time underwater, that your energy level goes down, of course.
Well, obviously the situation.
Look at that, they have taken the position now in the front
Yes.
of the basket. Now he gets the ball. Unable to turn. Unable to make
And
contact.
Wiedestål picking it up. He scoops it out, yeah.
Excellent move, that one.
Varman, he's a veteran player. Wiedestål's a younger guy they have developed.
Kavalin holding
Kavalin.
the ball, unable to pass to his teammates. But what we are witnessing here is just, elite underwater rugby. It really, the way that the way that they protect the ball, the way that they move, the way that the teams are organized.
They got the basket now.
Right.
So, but
Expect for the Polisen, the Malmo Triton, 2 faults that they didn't know in their own end.
Oh,
but now they have a good chance.
Yes, 3 on 2. But
excellent defending.
Tal took it.
Yeah.
And he passed it or lost it and got it back again.
Yes, that was a nice move. Being able to. That's the way. That's the way. You look downwards, you pass the ball like that. You have to do it with force. If you just drop it, somebody.
But
will
now
take
it's a break.
Break again. Yes.
1 on 2. He's going in. He holds the ball out again. That was good. He didn't risk anything there.
Exactly. He knew that there were too many opponents,
Yes.
and now they're in the safe corner, so they can gear up a new attack. Let's see how straightforward it's gonna be. Okay, now they are moving really slowly. Somebody told what's to go, but he's still not going there. He thinks that he needs to wait some more time, get some fresh lungs into the pool. But why he's going now alone? Well, I think it was a mistake in a way that first they didn't go with many people, and then he went, but still they have the ball. So
It's good to see the backs when they're lying on the bottom, how aware they are of the situation. They're looking around, they're trying to judge. Now they have no back.
that
And
was
2 players, it's good. It's risky situation.
they sort of like broke up the defense of Polisen for a moment, but they were able to recover it, and still there are some.
Yeah,
2
they have a
wides.
chance. They could
They
score
have a
here.
chance. Excellent chance still. At the latest second, one Polisen guy comes
Yeah.
clearing away, and now let's see the counter attack if they are able to go fast.
If they lose the ball.
They lose the ball in the mid pool.
Oh,
Bouncing away. Still they are able to have it. He has a teammate there. He's trying to make that pass.
it would have been too risky.
Too risky.
He knew it.
Yeah.
But now you could say that Triton is on the verge of cracking Polisen.
Yes.
They need to get a point.
Few
They
times
need to-
they broke up the defense, and it was really close to already. And let's see. Now they're going for it.
It's even difficult to understand how they could do that, empty them out like that.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of like a difficult, Again, there is no defender in place for a few seconds. So these are the risky seconds that you change, but the defender is not coming early enough onto the bottom. Maybe because of too long change in time. I don't know.
Well, they have been pumping or cycling there for a while now, and that's always going to hurt you if you have to do it too long.
You said that pumping. Now
I-
it's official.
for
if
you.
if Davril says it, then it's official language.
I don't think it's. I think cycling is.
Cycling is okay. Yeah.
But we have to educate ordinary sports journalists about the sport so they can understand it, and they should be tuned in to us now. Okay, Polisen finally getting away. He turned immediately after he got the ball, right?
Yeah.
So
Excellent the way he used his body to protect it, keeping the ball away from the opponents.
that was not such a good pass, but they recovered it and still moved
Excellent
forward.
defending. Look at that, with the long legs, preventing even getting closer to the goal. So Polisen is again. It has been quite even. I would say that these two goals we saw, specifically the later one, came a little easy because defense was missing for some reason.
Well, I don't think this game is over.
No, definitely
at all.
not. Definitely not. Okay, that was maybe a throw.
Roughing or something.
Roughing,
Yeah,
yeah,
roughing.
roughing, yeah. Free throw for Polisen against Triton. For roughing.
Here's Jani Lind, veteran Finnish referee.
I asked him yesterday that how many weekends he spent refereeing underwater rugby. This year he says 14.
Yeah.
So third of
His weekends. Yeah.
weekends in a year he spends with
You have to be in
close-
practice to be a referee. You
Sure.
need to see the game often so that you
Yes, yes. He used to play, I think he played with Tampere, and I think he has won a silver medal in the National League.
He doesn't play anymore.
I think he doesn't play anymore
No.
himself. Timeout is for Polisen, right?
Yes.
I wonder why they took it, really.
Well, I think Triton is fighting back, and they know that. So it's maybe not a bad thing to talk it over, to try to stop the way the game is changing momentum.
It seems also on the Triton side that it's you know, who is it? Some of the players made a really emotional speech. Number 4 from Triton. It's
Barinholtz.
Barinholtz.
Here,
It looked like
Suarez
emotion.
is the organizer of the club.
Right.
And Barinholtz is a senior national team player and one of the best in the world.
He has a Spanish name. Is he
Suarez, Cuba.
from Cuba?
His nickname is Cuba.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
He's working with the juniors. You should meet him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a very important motivator. He said that it's more important for him to help the juniors to get in shape than for himself. His
Yeah.
career is not so important.
Right. Yeah, myself coaching juniors back in my home club. You know, I've always said to my teammates that, you know, one has to give back. You know, I was playing football in a young age, so in a way I'm giving back to the society what I got.
Yeah.
And it makes me really feel good when we get, you know, some kids to this sport that don't play any other game. It's the only thing they do. It's the only sport. In most of the cases, I would say the youth that I play with,
It's their only sport.
it's the only sport.
Yes.
Apart from the e-sports that are, you know, really popular nowadays.
Yeah, there is no underwater rugby e-sport.
No, not yet. Okay, that's a free throw for Triton against Polisen. It's 2.5 minutes left in this half, in the first half of the game. Polisen against Malmo Triton.
Strandström.
My own son, actually, his only sport is he's with the diving club, children's club, and then he also plays the junior underwater rugby. He is 10 now, so it's about the good age to start to play. He started last year already, and few of his classmates joined in also, so it's been positive.
It's in my family too. There's another player, so
Right.
it's good. And we're going to meet up in Oberhausen.
Yes.
So quite a few of the people here will be in Oberhausen.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Their coaches
It will
playing.
be really interesting.
in the
It will
Euroleague.
be interesting to see the international quality most interesting will be definitely to see how Colombia plays and what's the real quality of the Turkish team. So that those, I've heard some rumors that the Turkish are practicing like 5 times a week. I don't know if that's true, but really,
I think so.
They are going to be tough, supposedly. Them.
Okay, this could be a goal.
No, there was defender still. Well, it was a. After a sprint like that, if you keep diving, those are long seconds. You do a good 10-meter sprint. That
okay,
was excellent goal by number Höglund.
It's going back and forth. Now Triton has it. But going back to the sprint, when you're headed over there, you have to turn on your back to look up. Otherwise, how are you going to know how many people are diving for you?
Right.
And if you see that there are 3 people, then you don't need to sprint anymore.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He could have stopped. Oh, that was an excellent try. Actually, it was really close.
Oh, he doesn't see it.
Nobody sees it. Now they see it. What this game needs now, in my opinion, is that Malmo Triton makes a score.
It's the
and that's half time. Well, that's it. It's 2-0. It's gonna be really difficult for Malmo to cover this in the second half. Definitely, it's not gonna be easy. Polisen defended quite well, but Malmo certainly had their moments also. So it's not done yet. There is 15 minutes to go. Second half. It was high quality. It was really nice to watch. Excellent individuals.
And what do you think? Substitutions? I think there will be substitutions.
Well, I think they should be. Supposedly these substitutes are really good players, and they have now 15 minutes. It's physically it's tough, so you can get some fresh guys in and make a difference. Specifically in the attacking end, and I think they have agreed already in the beginning that who would be coming to bench. So it means that somebody has given in these latest minutes all they have.
Yeah. Carl Falk, he's a pretty energetic player. Nielsen, he comes from another town in Sweden. I think he's from Uddevalla. So he joined because he wanted to play.
Right.
And some of the other people in Triton, they might belong to another club in their ordinary game. I think Kavelin plays in Gothenburg, Felix.
Right. But still, these largest ball possessions, 54-46, quite even. Free throws 2-1. I don't know what Malmo Triton can do differently. I think they just need to maintain the level in their game, play in the same way, and then start to take risks towards the end of the game. Of course, they are 2 goals behind. It means that they need to take risks already early on, and Polisen knows it. The highlights.
Substitutions for white team: 8, 15 and 19 out. In number 1, 29 and 81. 30. In number 3 and number 51.
Raitanen.
Yeah.
Raitanen is in one dritt. He's in and out from Polisen is Christopher
Widerstol.
and number 30
Hempel.
Hampel.
Okay, so just to go through and talk about what maybe these changes mean for the teams. Ulf Rydell, he is out for Triton. He's an older guy, so maybe his energy level is lower, and it's good. And then what else? Yeah, Schenkely went out. He doesn't usually play with them, so maybe he's adjusting still.
Right. So Triton.
But we expect that the players who are coming in, they have been warmed up. They have stayed warm so that they are ready to play. Because they...
Holding, and I could see it also myself. There was a correct call from the referee. They were actually wrestling in the front of the goal even though they had no ball around. So it's a free throw for Polisen against Triton.
The referees, of course, they can divide up the duties so that one will follow the action with the ball, and then the other one will look at the exchange bench and also look at the around the goal to see if people are pushing without the ball and those sorts of things. So the referees also have to have teamwork. If they all look at the same thing, they will miss a lot. Polisen like to come in along the bottom. That's the Polisen style.
So it seems, yes. So it seems. Taking some deep breaths on the bench.
Oh, did you? They had the pass. It was a good.
It was a good pass, but I think his teammate couldn't read that pass.
No, it was too good. He was waiting for that pass, but he didn't expect it because it was so.
Yeah,
so slapped the ball in.
Quick.
Yeah.
Free throw. Attack to head, wide, free throw.
Wide free throw. Triton free throw, and I see that lots of people dove. What's the past? Dive.
They dove. Yeah.
Dove immediately, so perhaps trying to capture the goal. Now Polisen clears it. Lots of space on the bottom. Good pass. Well done. Now protecting 2-1. Those sort of situations you need to be able to protect while you are on the bottom there. Oh, look at that. There was a 1 second of danger there. If he could have, I don't know if he hit with the ball the goalie's back, but that was a real chance.
Oh, dropped down. Now so Triton has a chance. Dive is one of those irregular verbs in some way in America, so you could say dive or doved.
Okay.
Dove or dived.
Right.
So
I remember learning those irregular verbs in the school. Get.
Yes. But
some of the verbs I can still manage, but diving is perhaps a word that I should be using more. Look at that position that they have now in the front of the goal.
Yeah, and he's a big guy. Oh,
look at that! He's not able to be enoughly close to the bottom.
Yes,
that was just
exactly.
a close one.
He was pushing, but he had no leverage.
Yes. He lost the contact to the bottom because you need this contact to the bottom to be able to lift.
Or that you have to have a good contact with both your elbow and your knee.
Right.
But I mean, a smaller player would have floated up, but the goalies are good here, so you can't. They
are. Indeed.
Polisen coming in from above. He's looking to pass down. He finds his teammate. The ball will expose briefly, but they hold on to it, but now they're tied up. And
have you noticed that with these cups there are hardly any scrums?
It's
so in these games we didn't see much scrums on the surface. So
it's a different style of play.
Yes, the both teams don't want to get wrestling, again trying to make a contact. But now I must say that the Triton defense now is very well organized. Had no really great chances to Polisen to make another one.
Oh, that was sloppy.
Now it's 11 minutes left. So in the coming minutes, Triton will have to start taking more risks in attacking. Now again, number 4 is in the same position. Clearly he is a specialist. Oh, what's now? Now we didn't see, maybe a holding. It's holding. It's for Polisen against Triton. Certainly number 4 from Malmo's team, Andreas Berinholtz, he's the specialist in this sausage position.
Yeah.
Now I'm making direct translations. The scissors position in English, maybe, I don't know. Like here, he was in that position, but somehow, I don't know for what reason.
Maybe
he started to move upwards.
One thing that the goalie can do that's difficult for people to see is they can lock their thumb under the basket.
Yeah.
So
from the head side.
Yeah. I think I lost my sound a little bit.
You can hear me now? It's a goal, actually. It's for Triton, an equalizer.
Well, not an equalizer, but it gives him 1.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
White number 97.
Excellent.
Assist number 83.
There was just enough space to pass the ball, and immediate attack. The defender had no time to turn around.
Mortensson and Cavallin. So Cavallin got the assist. So this is a good development in the game in terms of the viewer interest, the fans, that it's more competitive. So Malmo has earned back that goal, and it was a lot of play to get to that.
Still 10 minutes to go.
They can equalize.
They can equalize, yes.
Mortensen is one of the younger players.
It really would be interesting to know the ages of these players. I think we need to, for the next round, we need to put papers together, get the ages and the sizes of the players to be able to to see, you know, what is the age differences in and how many older guys they have, and because I think there's still in this league many people that are above 40 years old.
Yes. I mean, on Polisen they have quite a few old guys.
Do you know if these Polisen and Triton, you mentioned that Suarez is teaching the coaching youth players, young players. How about Polisen? Do they have a junior team?
I have written an article about that actually.
Okay.
And they for a long time they wouldn't take any juniors or players who didn't know how to play.
Okay.
It was only an elite club, the capital city club.
Right.
But they have changed now, and they have 3 juniors.
Okay.
And it's exciting, you know. And I think they're happy. If you go to practice and you see some young people, it can.
So you
give
mean juniors
happiness.
in the way that they may be, you know, like teenager, younger, but not really children?
No, they have one guy who's 16, a girl who's 20, and a guy who's 18.
Okay.
So
well,
that's
it's a good start.
It's a good start, and they're good players. Every one of them is on a national team.
Okay.
They will be in Oberhausen.
Right.
You'll see them.
Okay, great. Of course, the team that we have elected to Oberhausen, most of the kids they have played in the adults league, in the division, and even on the top of Finnish league. So they are decent players, really. I think we have a really young team. I think the average age that goes to Oberhausen must be 17 and a half or something like that.
So you have another good
18.
championship left after this.
Yeah,
one.
I think few boys they will be able to play on that level maybe another 5 years for the next. I don't know when it's going to be the next World Championship for juniors.
But they will have Nordic Championship or other opportunities.
Yeah,
so
surely.
It's very important. The
kids
need to know that they're getting ready for something, right?
Yeah. And actually now they have made some friendships. They have spent the same.
Exactly.
There is one family that's been very helpful with us. Kelto family has given opportunity to stay.
Poldergach.
They have a big house and
He made a
whole-
tunnel there.
yeah, excellent tunnel by Jobs. But there are too many police and hands now around it.
Good aggressive forechecking by Triton. They got the ball back right away.
Yes.
Oh, it's a big guy is coming in, but
He held the ball really, but he was able to really. And was a fraction of a second he would have lost it, but he
wow.
was still able to retain.
Polisen's under some pressure now.
Yes, but now they get it clear, right? Yes, in the mid pool.
That's very frustrating when the player is going by you, and you know that you're maybe not going to catch their ankle because their ankle is going up and down.
Right.
You put your hand on it, you can't make.
Now they are close to the bound.
Yeah.
So I was
That's one of the big differences with the really top players, that they know that they have to stay down and swim on the bottom back in defense
yeah.
because there's nobody there. So you don't learn that
Mm.
quickly. It takes considerable experience. Triton's back again.
One positive thing with this Euroleague, what I've seen now in these 2 days, is that this is really respectful game. They don't really, there is no much aggression and fighting and I think it was a difficult position for him. And it's a free throw, attack to head.
Blue free throw. Attack to head.
Blue free throw, meaning that Polisen free throw against Triton. Yeah, I was saying that it's what I've seen now coaching this youth team for Oberhausen is that the team spirit is also really important. The youngsters, they are coming all around the country and they spend time together, more or less at the same age. So
And just
certainly
tell
they-
people, national team. It's a point of pride, and it's a national team.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, exactly. Time out.
Now, who is it that we have seen by around the goal doing the scissors position? I think 14 person.
Number 4, it's been
Four.
from Britain.
Bergenholtz
Bergenholtz
often, yes.
has had it few times, so maybe it was one of their tactics really,
Yeah.
to get the ball to him and using the scissor technique for scoring. We did not see any dangerous situation coming out of that tactic yet. Let's see if they'll continue with it.
It could have. Well, the thing is, the backs cannot go down to their position properly if you have a person lying in this
That
around
is
the
true.
goal.
That
like
is
that.
true, and for a defender, it's a little difficult how to position when a person is like that in that position, close to the around the goal. Really, it's difficult to make a decision where to go and how to play. Basically, you just need to make sure that you cannot pass the ball to the person that is in that position, ready to score. We had the guy you mentioned who lives in Stockholm, the welder guy.
Yeah.
He's the specialist.
Jarno.
Jarno is a specialist because I've played with him, and he's a specialist
Scissors.
in the scissors technique. Yes, and that was for Pietarsaari team in Finland. I think it was one of the main tactics: get Jarno in that position, get the ball to him.
We like to play with Jarno. He was a good guy to have come to
I
practice.
think he still lives in Sweden. If I'm not sure. Haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him in a while. We can look on Facebook. So, okay, Polisen. Now, Polisen has this game. They can win it, but they need to hold on to the ball and keep it on the other side. They don't need to score. They just need to kill the clock now.
5 minutes to go, so it's Triton needs to take certain risks from now on. Look at that! Look at that! Look at
dangerous.
that! That's extremely dangerous. Like 3 seconds he had time, but there was a big goalkeeper, kept his position, and another one. Like, oh my God, that was a.
They weakened the defense there.
Yes, they have like
And now-
shooing the defenses now.
And some of the you can mentally break the opponent that they feel, when I go up this time, I'm going to change. Maybe they shouldn't change, but they feel that they got really tired.
Now the referee in the water holding. That's for Polisen against Triton Malmo. And 4 minutes 40 seconds.
But that was good for Triton to get some air.
Yes, certainly was.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing to get called.
I like the way that they sometimes like pass in the way open this arm in a way that they can pass it like this. It's
Yes, it's
really
very
useful.
elegant. Yeah,
It's elegant move.
nice tackle there.
Okay, that was
Nielsen. Now there's a break by Triton, but they have a hard time to get it over. And 2 players for it, and he does. He manages to get the ball off.
to get the ball to his teammate.
Over to Mortensen.
Now there is one white waiting here in the front.
So Bergenholtz not staying by the basket. He comes out to chase to get the ball.
Mortensen here.
Oh, that was a chance to snag that pass.
No.
Now
They had taken the goal for a while.
3.5 minutes.
You saw that.
Yes, but
Polisen had their goal for a moment, but they couldn't hold the ball.
that was a choke. Choke.
Look
They
at
didn't
that.
call
Look
it.
at that. Look at that. He knew that his teammate was over there. Is that difficult one? Yes, too difficult. Now he was playing to the head. Contact to the head.
I think
Yes.
that's a little bit unfair because they didn't call the choke just now, but now they called the attack on the head.
Yes. So it's a free throw again in favor of the Polisen against Triton. And we are 3 minutes in the game left, so now it's about the time to Triton to take these needed risks. Of course, in the defense sides, they still need to be a little conservative and not to do anything stupid, but now they need risks. They need to gear for a good attack.
Just there, you might have seen one of the Triton players push the head of the opponent as he was leaving the water, and he was not called for holding or having contact with the player without the ball, but he did it not to hurt the other person, but to distract them so that they couldn't see. And that's a very small way of cheating, or I don't know, doing something that's not permitted, and that's just to push the head a little bit of your opponent so that they cannot concentrate for a moment.
But now Polisen is in the driver's seat. Triton is unable to get the ball, and now they are not in hurry. Polisen, as
2
you
minutes
can see,
now.
2 minutes now left. They are not in the hurry. They are in the safe corner, passing the ball neatly.
And he knows
Now
his
the
job is to
Triton
hold
guys. That was a good drive from Triton, because once they started the chase, there were immediately 3 players, and that was an excellent. That's what I meant. This is. Are they able to have it? They still are.
They
so
need to get over.
1 minute 40 seconds now.
Yeah.
Now they need some help. They need to get to the ball, to the Polisen ends, put them pumping there, the defense in the place, but hardly they are. It was not holding. That was a close one. So now they just need to, perhaps not to go alone. Maybe he should stop and seek for a pass to his teammates. But that was a bad loss for Triton now.
They
at
couldn't
this
afford
moment.
that, no.
1 minute.
So the hope of Triton is ticking out now. 1 minute left.
Yeah, and now they are in the Triton end. Now they must take huge risks.
They have to get the ball immediately.
Yeah. So now you can see there is only one at the goal.
They have already taken the risk, and this
They
is
have
the
already taken
consequence,
the risk, and that's the consequence.
Yeah.
And now they just need to keep taking the risks and chasing a lot now. Brutally chase, take the people close to the ball. They should be able to. They have the quality to take the ball. Now half a minute. But it seems now that the hopes are fading if they are not able to take the ball. They should be. Look at that. Many players, but still Polisen holds it. Excellent quality from Polisen now, these vital seconds.
And they're passing back and forth. They don't care
back
where.
and forth. Now Triton has it. Maybe this is the last chance.
No.
Now they should not lose it immediate. Okay, there's 12 seconds left. 12 seconds, and it's a free throw for Triton. Free throw played against head, so attack to a head, and now it's 12 seconds. Timeout for white team. Maybe a clever move. Now they can have their final say to this game. How it's gonna be.
Yes, they have one attack, 15 seconds.
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
So it's a final attack. But okay, now Polisen, they can breathe. They know the only thing they need to do is just that everybody is around these 12 seconds. It's gonna be hell of a task for Triton to make something out of this. I would say I would be really surprised if Triton can score. It's so difficult because Polisen quality in their own end is excellent. So
it's
no changes needed anymore. This should have come maybe this free throw maybe 40 seconds or something like that, so that they need to do changes. Changes always open opportunities to the opponent, but now 12 seconds, they all can dive 12 seconds no matter what.
This is Hempel, the guy who's coaching lots of kids.
Right. Okay.
His son's going to Oberhausen.
Okay, great. Family sport.
Yeah.
How many times we said it this weekend? It's a family sport. Everybody's kid or cousin or brother or something is playing.
Well, 12 seconds.
12 seconds.
I don't see.
Now the referees are calling.
I don't see a goal coming, but you never know.
I don't see it either. It's 12 seconds. There shouldn't be a problem for police. Again, something has happened. Maybe we didn't see something around the goal. Maybe Triton tried to take the goal or something like that. There is now an argument said. Referees are telling the Triton players to go to their own side. Maybe they tried to take over the goal. We didn't see that on the screen.
That's their only chance, really. They have to take the goal. I mean, if they're going to score in 12 seconds.
Sure. But after timeout like this, I think
it's hopeless. Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the rule book says about it. After a timeout, can you just perhaps even during the timeout go and dive and take over the goal? I don't know. I'm sure it's not allowed.
I think in underwater rugby you could start the game anywhere except when it's the beginning of the game or after score. You have to be on your own side.
Perhaps.
But with a free throw you can be anywhere. But you have to be 1 meter, the 2 meter rule.
2 meter rule,
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not sure what does the rule book say about this period when you have timeout. If you think theoretically, one club could call for a timeout, then immediately go and take the goal and start pumping.
I haven't seen that before, but
yeah.
I suspect that they won't call it. They will just you can do it. You can cycle on the goal, but it wouldn't be easy to play.
So they are checking on the video. Let's see. 13 seconds now.
What will they check now?
I think they're gonna check what just happened in Polisen's goal, because we couldn't see anything illegitimate on the screen here.
But you're not talking about the goal that was scored before. No.
I'm talking about what happened now at the time when they
stopped at 12 seconds.
No, I think they started the game and then something before even starting the game, after this timeout, something had happened at Polisen's goal, I think.
Oh, he hit him in the face? Is he saying that?
I wonder if they have any video material, because I think something had happened. I think this is now some old stuff. Is it? Yeah, that was a clear mistake.
Yes. That was a foul.
That was a foul, but
Attack on the head, and
Yeah.
quite rough actually.
it was really rough. Really rough. But I'm not sure if they're talking about this event.
But they showed it.
They showed it now, so I suppose so.
I think players should be able to complain about that kind of rough play.
Certainly
yeah.
they would. It wasn't an accident.
No.
Now the players should keep them warm. Now it was timeout and again 1 minute. Well, it's only 12 seconds, but you can have these muscle cramps if you don't maintain your body heat while you're in the water waiting. They should swim and move.
The sun is going down.
Yeah, it's going now on the other behind the corner of the swimming hall. It has been really nice autumn also in Finland. Not too much rain. Been really nice. All the colors in the leaves, they have been so strong. Maybe because of the dry summer we had.
Yes. In Finland, it's been also bad for the farmers.
It has, but not as catastrophic perhaps like in
Yes.
southern Sweden and,
Yeah.
and Germany. I went to Germany during I think it was in the beginning of the September, and I was really, I had seen it on the television, but while I was traveling there from Berlin to Dresden on a bus.
They pushed out the player who took the basket. That was 12, Emmanuel Johansson. He was definitely pushed out.
But the thing is that did he overtake this
Okay.
goal?
He takes the goal.
I think they have not started the game yet, and this is some moments before.
They pushed him out,
Okay,
clearly.
so I think it's a penalty, perhaps. So they have not started the game yet. Look at
Here's
this
the
referee under
Yeah.
here. They have not started the game, and he is overtaking the goal, and the timeout has just ended. So I don't know the rule book. Is he allowed to do that before the game has started after a timeout period?
I think he's allowed.
Yeah. Anything that is not allowed in the book should be allowed. That's how the law actually is written.
Yeah, but in underwater rugby, as far as my experience goes, people are stealing the goal anytime. You cannot steal the goal. Well, you cannot do it with the swim out because you're supposed to be on your side of the pool. But with all the free throws, you can do it. And this is a free throw.
Sure. I never.
And you could spend your time out on the bottom of the pool if you want.
Yeah. And they were clever. Some of the Triton players actually swam all the way to the side, and then he only dove.
Sneaky.
So sneaky.
Holding.
So it's a holding.
But they've lost the element of surprise. They cannot get the goal now.
Yeah. So maybe from the time when the referee is whistling to his whistle, kind of like telling the teams to
2
gear
minute
up.
suspension for that. Okay.
Okay, yes, it should have been. That is correct. But still, Polisen shouldn't be dropped. There are 5 people and it's 13 seconds. So it's a one long dive and that's it. So this is exactly what you should do. You put all your players. That's it. That's it. The end of the game. So they actually positioned all their players in front of the goal, between the ball and the goal. That's what you need to do. This was a great match. It was great fun to watch. Actually, I would say that the decisive thing was this, maybe those 2 minutes
In the beginning of the game.
that defined this game. One of the goals that Polisen was able to do was obviously some sort of a mistake in the organizing the defense, but the defender was not there for some reason.
Well, the critical thing for Triton was that they were playing catch up the whole game. They had to catch up,
Yeah.
and even if you get a call against you, like the referee will make some mistake or something will not be quite right,
Yeah.
but you can't afford it because you're down 2,
Right.
and then down 1.
Certainly the players are shaking their hands. There was a
It was a good match.
and I think, even though Triton lost, they played well. Certainly this is an emotional. some guys are shaking hands for many seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
And for Polisen, it's a big to.
No, okay, no problem.
We have the highlights now.
I'm not sure. We have, yes, highlights coming. Thank you.